key competencies: flexibility and handling ambiguity. In the previous video, we discussed the 4 key competencies of a project manager: enabling decision-making, communicating and escalating, strong organizational skills, and flexibility. With time and practice, you will master these skills to help you become successful in a project management role. In this reading, we'll dig deeper into why flexibility is essential for effective project management and how you can help your team deal with ambiguity. First, let's review the other project management competencies you've learned about so far. Enabling decision-making. You can help team members feel empowered from the start of your project by making the decision-making process collaborative. For example, state the goals of specific deliverables and elicit input from your team on how to achieve those goals. You may have an idea of how you would like certain tasks to be accomplished, but your team members may have more creative or efficient approaches. Empowering your team to express their opinions and make their own decisions allows you to focus on the overarching management tasks and prioritize them in order of importance. Additionally, when you allow team members to have a voice in decisions, it helps foster an environment of responsibility, accountability, and team closeness. Communicating and escalating. Project management requires clearly communicating project goals and expectations, team member roles and responsibilities, and constructive feedback. Knowing how to effectively communicate and when to escalate issues to management is key to keeping you, your team, and your organization on the path to success. When escalation is required, try to approach management with both the problem and the potential solution or suggestions. This will show that you're taking initiative as a project manager. Strong organizational skills. If you demonstrate that it is important for you, as a leader, to stay organized through efficient tracking and communications, your team will follow suit. One way to do this is by utilizing the abundance of organizational tools available, such as planning and scheduling software, templates, workflows, calendars, collaboration tools, email, collaboration software, dashboards, documentation, files, plans, spreadsheets, quality assurance tools, evaluations, productivity trackers, reports. You may need to experiment with different organizational approaches to determine what works best for you and your team. Flexibility. All project managers need the ability to adapt and overcome changes and challenges. Let's further explore why flexibility is such a critical project management skill and discuss how it can help prepare your team for change, mitigate risks, and handle ambiguity. Flexible planning. Change is inevitable, and the more flexible you are as a project manager, the more successful you will be throughout your career. These flexible planning strategies can help you manage your project during times of unpredictability. Assess external constraints. When planning your project, take external events into account, such as national holidays and team member vacations and sick leave. Leaving extra time in the schedule for these inevitable events up front can help minimize the impact to your project. Plan for risks and challenges. If you consider the risks that may occur, you may be able to find solutions for them in advance. For example, what if someone on your team gets sick or decides to quit? Are you able to replace them within a company? If not, can you hire an independent contractor? Come up with a list of people who may be able to join your team if one of your team members becomes unavailable. You can also assess risks by looking at historical data. Review your past projects and examine the challenges you faced. Then evaluate if similar challenges could occur in this project and prepare accordingly. We will discuss risk management at length later in this program. Calculate float in your schedule. Float, or slack, refers to the amount of time you can wait to begin a task before it impacts the project schedule and threatens the project outcome. Identifying float in your schedule can help with resource management, scheduling, and keeping your project on track. You will learn more about calculating float in a later course, when we discuss creating a critical path for your project tasks. Handling ambiguity. Ambiguity can be a big challenge in managing projects. Project managers often face ambiguity in goals, requirements, schedules, vision, or other areas related to the project. Your team will look to you to lead during times of ambiguity and change, and flexibility is especially important during these instances. Here are some different ways to help your team deal with ambiguity. Keep calm. In uncertain times, handling ambiguity with grace and poise will help inspire the members of your team to do the same. Express empathy. As a project manager, it is important to try to understand what your team is thinking and feeling, especially during times of ambiguity. Let your team members know that you care about the challenges they are facing and are there to support them. Communicate what you know clearly. Define the aspects of the project that are confirmed and will not change. This helps your team get a better sense of what to expect, regardless of any aspects of the project that are still unknown or changing. Make decisions and stick to them. Try not to second-guess your decisions in front of your team, since this can lead to greater uncertainty. If you need to change course, clearly explain why you have chosen to do so to your team. Trust the expertise of your team. Increase clarity by having everyone on your team discuss what they already know or believe to be true about components of your project, such as what is involved in specific tasks or resources needed, based on their areas of expertise. Then, discuss what you still don't know and brainstorm ways to gather more information. Key takeaway. As a project manager, having the flexibility and ability to handle ambiguity in a rapidly changing business setting gives you an advantage. Mastering these competencies, along with enabling decision-making, effective communication skills, and strong organizational skills, will allow you to innovate and grow as a project manager and leader. 1.A4 Key competencies of a project manager: enabling decision-making, communicating and escalating, strong organizational skills, flexibility. Enabling decision-making, collaborative decision-making process empowers team members. Team input fosters creativity and efficiency. Communicating and escalating, clear communication of project goals and expectations is essential. Knowing when to escalate issues to management is crucial. Strong organizational skills, importance of staying organized demonstrated by the leader. Utilization of various organizational tools. Flexibility, essential for adapting to changes and challenges. Strategies for flexible planning discussed. Handling ambiguity, challenges of ambiguity in project management. Ways to help the team deal with ambiguity: keeping calm, expressing empathy, communicating clearly, making decisions confidently, trusting the expertise of the team. Key takeaway: flexibility and handling ambiguity are critical for project managers. Mastering competencies enables innovation and growth as a leader. 2.A4 Important skills for project managers: making decisions together, talking and asking for help when needed, keeping things organized, being able to adjust and change plans, making decisions together, working together to solve problems, listening to everyone's ideas, helping everyone feel important, talking and asking for help when needed, talking about goals and what's expected, sharing feedback in a helpful way, asking for help from bosses when needed, keeping things organized, using tools to plan and keep track of work, using emails and other tools to work together, keeping files and plans organized, being able to adjust and change plans, being ready for things to change, planning for problems and finding solutions, making sure there's enough time for breaks and unexpected events, handling problems and changes, staying calm when things are uncertain, understanding how others feel, telling everyone what's happening and what won't change, making decisions and sticking to them, trusting the team's knowledge and skills. Important lesson: being flexible and good at handling changes is really important for project managers. Learning these skills helps you become a better leader and manager. 3.A In our last lesson, we talked about important things for project managers to do, like making decisions together, talking well, keeping organized, and being flexible. We said that with practice, you can get good at these things and be a great project manager. Today, we'll focus more on being flexible and how it's super important for project management. First, let's remember the other skills we've talked about before. One is making decisions together. That means letting everyone in your team share their ideas and decide things together. Another is talking well and telling everyone what they need to do and what's going on. And, being organized is important too. It's like keeping all your toys in the right places. But now, let's talk about being flexible. This means being able to change your plans when things don't go as expected. Sometimes, we can't predict everything, like when someone gets sick or when things take longer than planned. So, it's good to have plans that can change easily. For example, we can plan for holidays or for when someone might be sick. We can also make sure we have extra time in our plans in case something goes wrong. When things get confusing or unclear, like when we're not sure what to do, it's important to stay calm, listen to others, and talk about what we know for sure. And, if we need to change our plans, we can explain why and how to our team. It's also good to trust our team members and let them share what they know. So, being flexible and handling changes well helps us be better project managers and leaders. 4.A Alright, folks, so in our last chat, we talked about some key things for being a boss project manager, like making smart decisions, keeping everyone in the loop, staying organized, and being flexible like a rubber band. Now, today, we're gonna dive deeper into that flexibility stuff cause it's like gold in the world of project management. But first, let's do a quick recap of what we've already talked about. Making decisions is not just about you calling the shots but getting your team involved too, cause hey, they might have some real genius ideas. Then, there's the communication game. You gotta be clear as a bell about what's happening and when, and if things go haywire, don't shy away from letting the higher-ups know, but also bring some ideas to fix it. And let's not forget about keeping all your ducks in a row. Being organized is key, and there are tools out there to help you, so don't be afraid to try them out. Now, on to being flexible. This is like being able to dance in any kind of music, you gotta be ready to roll with the punches. Cause let's face it, things change, and if you ain't ready to switch up your plans, you're gonna be in trouble. So, we talk about planning for the unexpected, like what if someone calls in sick or quits? You gotta have a backup plan. And when things get real fuzzy, you gotta be the calm in the storm, show some empathy to your team, and keep 'em focused on what we do know for sure. And when it's decision time, make 'em and stick to 'em, cause waffling around just makes things worse. And lastly, trust your team, they know their stuff, so let 'em shine. So, being flexible ain't just about bending backward, it's about staying ahead of the game, and if you can master this along with the other stuff we've talked about, you'll be running the show like a true boss. Practice questions. Welcome to the practice session. In this session, we will be focusing on the key concepts related to productivity tools and processes, tracking team workload and demonstrating progress, financial oversight and risk mitigation, and cross-functional project teams. To start, I will ask you 3 questions related to these concepts. Please provide your response, and I will provide feedback accordingly. Let's begin. Question 1. Can you explain the importance of productivity tools and processes in a project? Alright, listen up, you all. Picture this, you're out on the streets, ready to race, but your car's a mess, tires flat, engine acting up. What do? You gotta get organized, right? Just like in street racing, in project management, productivity tools and processes are like tuning up your ride before a race. They keep everything running smooth and help you stay on track. It's all about having the right tools and processes to streamline your workflow, so you can focus on winning that race or in our case, delivering killer projects at Larry Jeff race cars. Without them, you'll be spinning your wheels, going nowhere fast. Thank you for your response. I appreciate the analogy you used to explain the importance of productivity tools and processes in project management. It's true that just like tuning up a car before a race, having the right tools and processes in place can help streamline workflow and keep things running smoothly. However, let's dive a bit deeper into the concept. Can you provide some specific examples of productivity tools and processes that are commonly used in project management? Think of it like this, in street racing, we got our toolbox full of all the gadgets and gizmos we need to keep our cars running strong, right? Well, in project management, it's kinda the same deal. We use tools like project management software, spreadsheets, and communication platforms to keep everyone on the same page and track progress. These tools help us stay organized, manage tasks, and collaborate effectively, just like how we fine-tune our engines and coordinate our moves on the streets. It's all about having the right tools for the job, whether you're tearing up the pavement or managing projects at Larry Jeff race cars. Version 2:A. Just like we use our wrenches and screwdrivers to fine-tune our cars, project managers use tools like project management software, spreadsheets, and communication platforms to keep things running smoothly. It's all about staying organized and making sure everyone's on the same page, whether we're racing on the streets or managing projects at Larry Jeff race cars. Great job. You've provided some excellent examples of productivity tools commonly used in project management, such as project management software, spreadsheets, and communication platforms. These tools indeed help project managers stay organized and ensure effective collaboration among team members. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 2. How would you track team workload and demonstrate progress in a project? Just like we keep track of our race car's performance on the track, as a project manager, I'd use tools like Gantt charts and tasks boards to monitor team workload and progress. It's all about staying in the know, making adjustments when needed, and ensuring we're on track to reach our project goals. Great response. You've mentioned using tools like Gantt charts and task boards to track team workload and demonstrate progress in a project. These tools are indeed commonly used in project management to visualize tasks, timelines, and resource allocation. Now, let's move on to the final question. Question 3. How can financial oversight and risk mitigation contribute to the success of a project? Just like managing our racing budget and minimizing risks on the track, financial oversight and risk mitigation in a project help us stay on course and avoid potential pitfalls. By keeping a close eye on costs and identifying and addressing risks early on, we ensure that resources are allocated efficiently and that our project stays on track to success. Start quiz: 1. Fill in the blank. Is how a project manager makes use of productivity tools and creates processes. The project manager may need to use certain tools and processes to do tasks like create a schedule and share information. A. Budgeting and controlling costs. B. Managing tasks. C. Planning and organizing. D. Removing unforeseen barriers. C. Planning and organizing is how a project manager makes use of productivity tools and creates processes. The project manager may need to use certain tools and processes to do tasks like create a schedule and share information. 2. Fill in the blank. Blank is how a project manager keeps track of the team's workload, ensures that things are getting done within a set period of time, and demonstrates progress to people outside the immediate team, like stakeholders. A. Removing unforeseen barriers. B. Managing tasks. C. Planning and organizing. D. Budgeting and controlling costs. Answer: B. Managing tasks. 3. Fill in the blank. Blank is how a project manager oversees the financial components of a project and mitigates project issues and risks as they come up. A. Planning and organizing. B. Managing tasks. C. Removing unforeseen barriers. D. Budgeting and controlling costs. Answer: D. Budgeting and controlling costs. 4. Fill in the blank. A cross-functional project team is a team that has blank. A. Diverse skill set and works toward a common goal. B. Similar skill set and works toward a common goal. C. Diverse skill set and works toward individual goals. D. Similar skill set and works toward individual goals. Answer: A. Diverse skill set and works toward a common goal.